So hello everyone, how are you? I hope you people are doing good. So today we will be studying about the agricultural economics, and basically in that we will be understanding what is the perishable goods and non-perishable goods. That will be our first topic, and the next topic will be marketed surplus and marketable surplus. So guys, I hope you people are doing good. So let's start the class. So guys, in this slide, we will be discussing about the what is the perishable goods and what is the non-perishable goods. So basically, a perishable goods can be those goods or those products which we cannot use for a longer period, such as like a tomato, potato, or any daily vegetables which we cannot use for a longer period until unless if we won't keep in the freezer or refrigerator. Okay, so it requires a certain temperature to store it. But non-perishable goods are not like that. It don't requires any kind of refrigeration to store it, and even we can use for a longer period. The examples of the non-perishable goods can be like cereals, millets, wine. So these kind of things which don't have any expiration date, but in perishable goods there are certain expiration date. After that we cannot use those products or we cannot use those goods. So that was the perishable goods and that was the non-perishable goods. I hope you people are got insight about the what is the perishable goods and what is the non-perishable goods. So in next slide we will be understanding what is the marketed surplus and what is the marketable surplus. Sorry. So basically, perishable foods are those good or those products which spoils quickly, and also it requires a refrigerator or a freezer to store it. Okay, for a longer period, or we can say for a we can increase a little bit shelf life of that particular product or particular goods. But in non-perishable goods, it don't have any expiration date, or we can say it don't requires any kind of a refrigerator or freezer to store it. But in perishable goods it requires a refrigerator or freezer to store it. Okay guys, and next slide we will be understanding about what is the marketed surplus and what is the marketable surplus. So basically in this slide we will be understanding about the what is the marketed surplus. So basically a marketed surplus is the quantity of the particular produce which has been grown on the farm, or we can say the total quantity of the farm produces, okay, which has been sold by the farmer irrespective of his own needs and without thinking that what is the requirement of the farm and what is the need of the other payments. Without thinking he used to sell in the market. That is a marketed surplus. Okay, basically we can say like a marketed surplus is the total outcome or total produce which has been sold by the farmer in the market without meeting his own requirements. That is called marketed surplus. Okay, and in next slide we will be understanding about the what is the marketable surplus, because so many people have confusion about the what is the marketed surplus and what is the marketable surplus. So next, in the next slide we will be talking about the what is the marketable surplus. So in this slide we will be talking about what is a marketable surplus. Basically a marketable surplus refers to the difference between the total output produced by the farmer and his self consumption. We can say like in other word we can say the total portion which he used for his own consumption or for his own needs, and after that he used to sell in the market from the total portion which has been produced on the farm. Okay, or we can say like the total product has been produced on farm and rest of the amount has been kept for the personal use or for the farm requirements, and rest of the things which has been sold in the market, that is called marketable surplus. So with this help of formula we can understand what is the marketable surplus. Basically the formula for the marketable surplus is a ms is equal to p minus c. So where ms is equal to we can say like marketable surplus, and p where meaning of the p will be the total outcome of the particular farm, or we can say the particular goods which has been produced on the farm. Okay, and where c refers to the consumption of that particular produce. Okay, so in with this formula we can understand the total consumption which has been done by the farmer from the total portion of the produce, and rest of the amount has been sold in the market. That is called a marketable surplus. In the next slide we will be seeing a kind of calculation. With the help of that we can understand what is the marketed surplus and what is the marketable surplus. here in this slide, we will be talking about what is the marketable surplus and what is the marketed surplus with the help of example. So basically, the marketable surplus is the portion of produce after excluding the farm requirements available to a sell, that is a call marketable surplus. And what is the marketed surplus? The actual amount of the produce sold by the farmer, that is called a marketed surplus. With the help of example, we can understand, suppose if a farmer has a produce of 100 quintals, okay, the requirements of the farm is there like 2 quintal seeds, 10 quintal of family requirements, and 5 quintal of livestock, and the total requirements is the 17 quintal. Okay, the actual amount sold by the farmer, that is a 60 quintal, and rest of the amount like a 23 quintal he kept for future sales. Okay, so what is the marketed surplus? So marketed surplus will be a 60 quintal because he sold the total amount from that total output only 60 quintal. So that is a marketed surplus. And what is the marketable surplus? The total amount like 60 plus 23. Like 23 is a 23 quintal he kept for his own consumption or like a for future sale, or we can say like the farm requirements are there, for that purpose he kept. So that is a marketable surplus. I hope you people got to understand what is the marketed surplus and what is the marketable surplus. Thank you guys.